think it's going. Yeah. Okay, so what is up, everybody? My name is Mr. Berkey, and
Mr. Tall.
today we are going to be teaching you about basketball drills. So, what you will need is a basketball. It doesn't have to be a basketball. It can be a volleyball, a soccer ball, any ball, whether it's big or small, bouncy, just not flat. And you will need some colored cones.
4 cups or something that you can use. Doesn't have to be cones.
Absolutely. So, did any of you catch the Lakers and Rockers game the other night? I know I did. I was watching as LeBron scored almost 30 points and won the game, 119 to, I believe it was 96. Yeah. So last week we covered about the intro of basketball. We learned about scoring. We learned the points, rules, offense, defense, and we also learned how to participate in physical education class. So today we're going to be teaching you learning about dribbling. For safety, we will start the warm-up when we say go and we blow the whistle. When we are going to speak or introduce a new task, we're going to blow the whistle twice. When you hear twice, you are to freeze, drop the ball, and pay attention for further instructions.
All right. So just to get started, get the blood going, we're going to do a quick little instant activity. It's just going to be a little warm-up, couple little exercises, get you active, gets a little stretch and everything. So if you want to move on to the next slide.
You got it.
All right, so I want everybody to stand up, and we're going to follow along with the instructions on the screen. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the back turns. All right, now we're going to take a quick little breather here for 20 seconds. Get blood flowing, take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and then for the next one, we're going to hit some jumping jacks. Do a quick little 30 of those. Whenever the video starts, we will start. All right, take a quick little rest. Remember, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. That is important. All right, just a couple more seconds and we'll get our next exercise.
All right. Go with some side bends.
Remember to get a good stretch in. This is important. Don't want to tear any muscles. Pull anything.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
All right. A little breather again. Remember to breathe through the nose, up in the mouth. Next, we're going to do some more jumping jacks. When they begin.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One,
23, 24, 25, 26.
27, 28, 29, 30. All right, another little breast break. You need to breathe. Put your hands on your head. In through the nose, not through the mouth. All right, now we do some squats. Get the legs feeling loose.
I'm going to do 12.
On you.
1, 2, 3. 6. Make sure you guys are actually breathing as well while you're doing this exercise, okay?
And control your motions. Doesn't have to be fast.
11. All right.
Couple more seconds of rest. All right, you get low. Remember to get a good extension, stretch out. Then 12.
14. All right. Just take a little breather, and we'll start in the next 20-some seconds.
All right, next activity. Ski hops. Mr. Berkey, I think we're pretty good and stretched out if you want to take us to the next activity. Don't you agree?
I do exactly agree. Ooh.
All right. A couple more jumping jacks and then we'll move on.
1. Oh. 4.
Follow me. 2.
3, 4, 25, 6.
30. All right. Whew. What a workout that was.
That was a workout.
All right. Now that we're all good and loose and stretched out, we can move on to what we're actually going to focus on today.
All right, so today we are going to be learning about how to dribble a basketball with proper technique.
When we're talking about that, we're going to go by our Maryland standards. And for that one, excuse me, we're going to demonstrate competency in one or more skills of health-related fitness. So our health-related fitness being dribbling. And we're going to teach you different ways to dribble, one hand, two hand, between the legs, and all that good stuff.
All right. But first, we must talk about this, all right? We're going to be talking about this as well. We want to make sure that we're staying healthy while not just only staying by eating right and exercising. We also want to make sure, we're not getting sick. So to do that, we must wash our hands. So before we start our activity, we're going to wash our hands for 1 minute with soap and warm water, okay?
While you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're getting in between your fingers, getting underneath your fingernails, because that's where most of the germs are going to sit. So while you're doing that, make sure you scrub in deep. It's okay if you go for a minute. Just make sure you get a deep scrub in.
Absolutely. All
So
right.
while you do that, we're going to shut our cameras off so you guys can focus on the timer.
Absolutely. You ready there?
Yep.
All right. Oops. All right.
So we hope you guys took that chance to scrub yourself. Make sure you don't get sick. We know times now are pretty crazy with all the coronavirus stuff. This is just a way to keep you from possibly contracting that virus, keeping everybody safe around you and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. All right, now to get on to our first activity. So, what we want you to do, activity is called dribbling lines. So the task for you to do is to go and grab a ball and make several lines. You're going to be learning different dribbling techniques. So on the way down to the court, you're going to be passing each and every cone in your line. You are going to change techniques from one side to the other. For example, if I was dribbling from one end of the court to the next, or to the other side, I'm going to be dribbling with my right hand starting, and then on the way back, I'm going to be dribbling with my left. Also, it is very important that you keep your heads up to see where you're going. We don't want you to get hurt, and we want you to be safe.
And while you're dribbling, you got to remember the very important parts of dribbling. You don't want to dribble with your palm. You want to use the finger pads on each one of your fingers. Get the nice, looks like a jellyfish motion. Every time you bounce the ball, it should be hitting off your pads and not your palm. Allows you to control it a little better. And you want to make sure you keep your eyes up, looking for your surroundings. Don't want to run into like a tree or someone else, because then you're going to get hurt, and we don't want that.
All right, so we are going to start a timer in a minute. But first, after a minute, I believe, right, we're going to be doing right and left, and then we're going to switch to crossovers. If you don't know what crossovers are, they are when you take the ball from one hand and you move it to the other. So like that. After that, we're going to be doing it through our legs. Pretend I'm having a ball here. Going through my legs. Then after that, we're going to be doing behind the back. All right?
It's okay if you're not fluent at that. Those are pretty hard. If you have to make a little modification to it where you walk instead of jog when you're going through your legs or behind your back, that's fine, just as long as you're at least attempting to make sure you can at least try and get it through your leg or behind your back.
Absolutely. As long as you are trying, that's what matters. So we are going to get ready and start, okay? And we are going to hit this as well as stop our video so that you can practice. All right, let's hit this. Okay, around this time, you guys should be switching instead of doing right and left to the crossover. All right, next should be between the legs, through the legs.
Remember to take your time and don't rush this one. This is important. It's okay if you mess up.
All right, looks like we're finishing it up and about to do behind the back.
All right. Now, we're going to move on to our next activity. So this activity, instead of just dribbling in a straight line from point A to point B, we're going to call this one bob and weaving. So when you think of a bob and weave, you think about moving through an object in like a serpentine motion. That's pretty much what we're going to do, but we're going to incorporate dribbling a basketball into that. So what I want you to do is take your cones or your cups or paper towel roll, something like that. Just make a straight line in front of you. And then we're going to go through and you're going to start with a slow jog, dribbling with one hand, doesn't matter which hand, dominant hand, non-dominant hand, you're going to end up switching anyway. You're going to go all the way down, but when you come back, I want you to just try and speed up a little bit. So when you're serpentining through, slow jog, you hit the end, on your back, I want you to do maybe a faster jog or a little run or something like that. We're going to keep doing this, but every time you come back to the start, you're going to alternate hands, or you're going to go through between the legs or behind the back. You're going to keep repeating that for the duration of the activity. Each time you go through, I want you to speed up. You should almost be running through it at the end. But the main idea is you want to control the basketball. That is the most important part of this. Control where you go and all your movements.
Absolutely. Same as the first one where you guys had to keep your head up while you were going to see where you guys were going. Make sure that you were doing that as well. We don't want you to get hurt as well. Okay. We'll start the video. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay. All right, now we should be getting ready to start running. Keep going, everybody. 30 more seconds.
All right. So,
Right.
hopefully you guys got a good workout. Hopefully you got a better understanding of dribbling, and we'll be able to add upon that later on in our unit.
All right. So, as of now, at the end of our thing, we have this little thing we call an assessment. We're going to review the lesson that we learned today. So, what are the proper cues of dribbling a basketball? What height do we want to dribble the ball at? And how should we wash our hands and why? Or how long, sorry. You're going to submit your answers in a 1-minute video on Flipgrid by scanning this QR code with your phone. All you have to do is pull up your photos and just click. That's it. And it'll take you right to the site, right to the link. That's all you got to do. There you will record it, hit submit, and we will be looking at everybody's assessment on all the questions that we've asked today in our lesson that we learned today. So great job for today.
All right. And for our next class, we want you to find another ball, whether it's basketball or a smaller ball, something that bounces. Just make sure it's not flat like football or something like that. And we want you to have a wide area where you can bounce a ball. We're going to work on passing next week. So if you have like a wall or a fence or somewhere where you're not going to break anything, that would be very, very helpful. And we want you to have your cones or cups too. So that way we can like do some target practice with passing, or if you need to dribble into a pass to add on to that. So we hope you guys had a good lesson today, and thank you. We hope to see your responses on our Flipgrid, and it was nice seeing you guys.
We will see you all next week. Okay. It has been paused. Done. So what now? We just take that and...
Is it done recording? It says it's still recording.
I paused it, yeah.
Okay.
Should I hit stop recording? Yeah, I guess I hit stop. I'm afraid though if I hit it that it'll do something stupid.
Just hit it.